Sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
I see. Well,
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Jacody Automotive here, and today we have our very first project on the channel. As you can see behind me, this is a 1972 or 73, I don't really know quite yet, Honda CB100, and it is the first project I've had on the channel other than a go-kart a long time ago for people who are OG to the channel and know about that. But other than that, this is the actual first project we're going to be having on the channel. And I kind of hinted at it in a live stream a little bit ago. I asked if you guys would like a video of me actually working on a motorcycle, and you guys seem pretty excited about it. So here I am. This motorcycle actually has a pretty cool story to it, at least that's what I think. And it's actually been in my family for quite a while. So I am pretty excited to have this thing here and to be able to work on it. I have some parts ordered for it, and in the next video, I'm going to be going ahead and getting to work on it. Once those parts all get here, and hopefully we can get it up and running. I think it'll be fairly easy. My uncle, who I got it from, he said he got it running about 20 years ago, and all it needed was a carburetor cleaning. And so I'm gonna go ahead and do that in the next video, and then we're gonna put a battery on it. And then we're also going to switch out the fuel tank, because the fuel tank is a little bit corroded on the inside, or the liner's coming off, so it needs a new fuel tank. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited about this build, and I'll show you guys a little bit more of the motorcycle, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really excited to do it. So let me show you the motorcycle a little bit more. Okay, so here is the motorcycle in all of its glory. The sun is really out right now, so it's very bright today. I can hardly see the screen. But as you can see, the wheels are a bit rusted and oxidized. The tires are dry rotted, so we're gonna have to change those out as well. There's a lot of oxidization on this thing, on almost all the metal. And the paint looks actually pretty decent, but it's pretty faded and scratched up. And the fuel tank, I'm probably gonna keep this fuel tank, but I can't use it on the bike because of its condition and how it is. But I'm probably going to keep it, and if I ever do restore it to like OEM, I will have the paint color on this, and I also have the original fuel tank, so I can probably reline it or something. But for now, we're just going to replace it, and as you can see, it is really, really dusty. We have a lot of dust on here. Look at that. Let's focus. There is a lot of dust on this thing, but that's fine because we're going to get it cleaned off. I already took the front fender that was right there. I took it off already because it was very bent and misaligned. So either we're going to get a new front fender or I'm just going to leave it off. But right here, if we actually sit on the bike really quickly, if we sit on it, you guys can see that the wheel should be, let me try to get it straight here. The wheel should be like that, and like my hand is, and it is very crooked right now. So it's a bit off, it's misaligned. I believe that's due to the front end, because if you can see here, they look a bit twisted. So we're either gonna have to get new front forks, or we're gonna have to bend these into place. But that isn't too big of a problem right now. So for now, we're just gonna leave them as they are. But eventually, if that gets a little out of hand, then we're just gonna get some new ones. And as you guys can see, this thing only has 1,700 miles on it. 1,712 miles on it. And to me, that is pretty crazy, because this thing is basically new when it comes to the amount of time it's been ridden. And that's just really crazy to me. The mirror is a little bit out of hand. It's gonna need a lot of cleaning. We might even get some end mirrors for this. But I'll go over all my plans with this for you guys in a second. I just want to show you the bike for now. And here is the kickstand. We have two kickstands on this bike, which I thought to be pretty strange, but also pretty cool. So here's the one kickstand that makes it lean over, and then here's the middle kickstand, which actually holds the bike straight up. It's a bit rusted out, as you can see, so we're probably gonna have to replace this thing. And the chain actually doesn't look terrible. The chain is pretty bad, but it doesn't look that bad, so that's probably something we won't have to replace right away. We can probably use this chain for a little bit. And taking a look at this thing, it's actually in pretty good shape for how old it is. This thing was made in 1972 or one, I forget, but it is very, very cool. I love this thing so much. We're probably gonna get new headlights and a new headlight and new blinkers, but we're gonna just make sure this thing actually turns on and everything first. We're gonna go ahead and get it running in the next video once I get all the parts. And it's also a kickstart, so as you can see, here is the kicker right there. And actually the ignition is they couldn't find the key, so they just drilled it out and then made it so where you can use a flathead screwdriver. So that's what we're gonna use for now until I replace it. And yeah, this bike has a few problems here and there, but nothing we can't fix. It needs a new battery. I have that ordered. And my uncle actually has the battery case that goes right there. So we're gonna have to get that before we can actually take it like out to drive it. But for now, we can probably just ride it a little bit. And then we're gonna go ahead and get this thing up and running and hopefully road legal sometime soon so that we can ride it. It's gonna look a lot different once I'm finished with it. But for now, I'm really excited with this thing. Let's have this. But for now, I'm really excited with this thing. I'm excited to have a project. I'm excited to have a motorcycle in general. Honestly, I didn't think I would have one for quite some time. So this is very excited for me. Alright, so like I said before, this bike actually has a pretty cool story behind it, and let me just tell you real quick. So around 1979 or 1980, somewhere around there, my grandfather actually bought this motorcycle from one of his friends that he knew for a little while. And he gave it to his son, which is my uncle, which is a different uncle than I actually got it from, believe it or not. But my uncle rode this for a little bit when he was around 15 or 16, and he never took it on the road. He only rode it around the yard and just rode it just a little bit. He never actually fully rode it as a motorcycle, which I don't know how he didn't do that, because if it were me, I would have put this thing on the road as soon as possible. But for whatever reason, he's not really a motorcycle guy, I guess, because he never really rode it, and it ended up just sitting in their garage for a long time. And a few years pass and my uncle moves out and leaves the motorcycle at my grandparents' house. Now, neither of them ride motorcycles, so they don't really need it. So they gave it to my other uncle, who actually did enjoy motorcycles and did like doing things like that. And I believe at that time it was not running just because of how long it sat. So he cleaned out the carburetor, got it running again, and he rode it around every now and then. And it was just a fun little bike he had. Then after a little while, the carburetor got clogged again and the battery stopped working. And this was while they were moving to a new house, so they didn't have a lot of time to work on it. And once they moved into the house, this kind of just sat in the garage. And this was in their garage for about 20 years before until just a few weeks ago, in which I got it. So as you can tell, I am really excited about this thing and really excited to get it running and make it my own. I'm really excited to customize it and to make it a really cool motorcycle. So I have a lot in mind about this thing, and I'll share that with you in the upcoming videos. But for now, I just wanted to announce my newest project, and not only my newest project, my first motorcycle ever. So I'm extremely excited about that. And yeah, once we get this thing running, I'll try to get a GoPro too, and then get some GoPro footage of me riding it, which will be really fun, and I'll go ahead and upload that to the channel once we do that. But I'm getting way ahead of myself. For now, we just got to get this thing running. So in the next video, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing running and putting all the parts on it, and hopefully we'll have our first startup. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more content like this, definitely subscribe to the channel, because this is going to be exciting and you're not going to want to miss out on this series. So yeah, with that being said, I'll see you guys all in the next video, and I hope you have an amazing day.